What is up, you guys? Steven Muehlhausen here, combat sports journalist, currently pro wrestling writer for Sports Illustrated. We're not talking wrestling. This is another edition of the Walkway to Fight Club. It is, by the time you watch this, it will be Fight Day. Yes, Friday Fight Day. Jake Paul. It's been billed as Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, but if we're being honest, it's Mike Tyson. It is Jake Paul. AT&T Stadium, Dallas, Texas. They're projecting 65,000-ish people at AT&T Stadium in Dallas. Now, this is going to be a little different variety video of how I normally do things. I'm trying a bunch of different stuff out. I'm just going to see what works, kind of what I need to tweak. So we're we're just going to be doing a bunch of cool different stuff here and see what happens. So this is kind of really just a how-to. I'll give a prediction, but we'll kind of really just keep it generic per se, and just so because there are people out there that may not know Mike Tyson's returning, and Mike Tyson, the youngest undisputed heavyweight champion of all time, at the age of 20. Now, he won his first heavyweight title when at the age of 20. He ended up becoming the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. The sudden rise came crashing down when he lost those titles to James Foster Douglas in Tokyo, Japan, at the Tokyo Dome in February of 1990. And then we had a rape in Indiana. Tyson went to prison for 3 years, returned, showed why he was the biggest pay-per-view draw in all of combat sports, in all of the sports. The biggest, you say Mike Tyson, you think of the black boots, black tights, the menacing walk. Became a heavyweight, owned 3 versions of the heavyweight title, could not win a fourth, and the myth and the mystique came crashing down in November of 96 against Evander Holyfield. Actually, he only had 2 belts. When he beat Frank Bruno and he beat Bruce Seldon. Tyson never regained a heavyweight title after that. Went on to lose, ended up losing to Lennox Lewis in what was the last big hurrah over nearly 2 million pay-per-view buys in June of 2002 from Memphis, Tennessee, because it was supposed to take place at Madison Square Garden. No, in Las Vegas. Tyson fought, mangled, whatever you want to say, to Lennox Lewis. I laugh now because it was 21 years ago, 22 years ago. So you can laugh. You laugh at stuff as you get older. But Mike did that. Last win was over Clifford NTN in February of 2003, back in Memphis. But then the wheels came off. Lost his last 2 fights of his career to Danny Williams and then Kevin McBride out in Washington, D.C. in 2005. Jake Paul was still in diapers. Jake Paul was in grade school. The Disney star turned YouTuber, turned Vine superstar, YouTuber, social media darling, whatever you want to call it. Wanted to give boxing a whirl. He is 10-1 with 7 knockouts. The great Mike Tyson, 50-6 with 44 wins by way of knockout. But what is so unique about this event is it's on this channel right here. And to me, I think there's 2 stories to this show. It's the fact that Mike Tyson's returning to the ring in a pro fight. 8 2-minute rounds, 14-ounce gloves. But that's the spectacle. But the other story, which is really not getting talked about too much, is this is where you can find the fight. You can watch Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, exclusively on Netflix. Begins on at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific, everywhere around the world. It'll be available to stream live globally on Netflix. It doesn't matter what subscription you have. I have the subscription that is $6.99. It's got ads. I don't really care. It's $6.99. spend the $6.99, watch the global phenomenon known as Mike Tyson taking on the problem child. He calls himself the El Gallo Loco, whatever you want to call him. No offense to Jake Paul, but he is the problem child. He'll always be the problem child. He's not Puerto Rican. No offense to Jake. He lives there for tax reasons. Let's just be honest. But no, I do love Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul has done a lot for boxing. Without Jake Paul, we don't get this event. But also, don't forget the co-main event, a rematch. This time, they go up to 140 for the undisputed super women's lightweight championship as Katie Taylor puts all 4 belts on the line against the unified featherweight champion Amanda Serrano. Their fight, the epic first fight. I was there, inches away, April of 2022 at Madison Square Garden. Over 19,000 people. More than 1.5 million people watched it across the world live on DAZN. Fight of the year, fight of the decade, first $1 million purses for each woman. Each woman getting paid around $6.5 million. Why Amanda Serrano's getting equal billing as Katie Taylor in terms of purse is still kind of, I'm trying to figure that one out. That doesn't make a lot of sense considering Katie Taylor won the first fight. But that's just all at the end of the day. We don't want to get MVP getting all upset. But no, that's going to be a fantastic fight. A 4-fight main card that does begin, as we just showed, at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific, 6 Mountain Time. Available in as we'll go back. You can watch it in English, Spanish, Brazilian, Portuguese, French, and German. No discrimination if you are able to comprehend all those languages. If you're in Japan, Russia, I'm going to get in trouble if I say that. But you're out of luck. You're going to have to put on those subtitles. But no, it's a great night. Plenty of ways to watch it. Netflix is the only way, though. Beforehand, you could watch it on Netflix's YouTube channel and also on the Most Valuable Promotions YouTube channel. Prelims begin 5:30 Eastern. Some interesting fights on it. The other fight I like on the main card, the WBC lightweight title, welterweight title will be defended by Mario Barrios. Definitely something you definitely want to watch. Some big stakes if Mario Barrios does win. You got Bruce Ennis lurking on the horizon. You got Stanionis just laying out in the weeds as well. It seems like that's a fight PBC does want to make. It's interesting they're allowing Barrios to fight on this card, so I think that's quite intriguing as well. A 4-fight main card, 2 fights, then you get Taylor Serrano 2, then you get the main event, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. But we are on this is being filmed on Thursday. You will watch this more than likely Friday morning. But the weigh-in did happen. It's weird to have a weigh-in happen on Thursday. We're so used to Saturday, and I had to get my brain readjusted because I wasn't going to do this video until tomorrow. This event had been this promotion I thought was done well in spots. Fight originally scheduled in July. A lot of good promotion, I thought, early on. You had both guys at AT&T Stadium promoting the fight. You had both guys doing the varying amounts of different media. They did a little mini press tour. Press tour in New York. They did one in Dallas, which I thought was very good. That was very intelligent. And then Mike Tyson had to pull out due to he had suffered a really bad ulcer on an airplane flight to Los Angeles. I think it was Los Angeles. I could be wrong. It was either Los Angeles or Miami. He had to pull out of the fight. They rescheduled the fight for November the 15th. There is a lot of danger. We'll get into that in a moment, but it's just that happened. It gave Mike enough time. I had been told a date of September was broached, but just they wanted to give Mike more time, which makes sense. But if you want to really kick a guy while he's down, you should have made that fight for September. But that's just me. But who am I? But pretty ho-hum promotion. You kind of really weren't getting much. Netflix would be doing different stuff. And we got to today, and we had the weigh-in, And I gotta say, both guys looked jacked. Jake Paul weighed 227.2, Mike Tyson 228.4. I had video. I not video. I had photos, and I should have had those up. My sincere apologies. That is my fault. 100%. You want to give me a second? I can try to. What did I? What did I have that as? Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Maybe I don't. Oh, not that one. Oh, I don't got it. Why? Why? I don't got it. Never mind. That's okay. My apologies. But they look pretty good. I'll give both guys credit. But then we got to the stare down. That's when Mike Tyson went old school. He once again became the baddest man on the planet. Just for a brief second.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Mike Tyson slapped Jake Paul. Now, people are going to make this rush of assumption because that's how this world works. It's how the age of the internet does work. In the social media universe that we live in, oh, it was done on purpose. They got to sell it. No, there's over 283 million subscribers around the world on Netflix. This doesn't need to be sold anymore. The hype is there. It's Mike Tyson. It is Jake Paul. We don't need to see. The hype is already there. You're going to get millions upon millions of people are going to be watching this around the world. They're projecting over a $16 million gate. That'll be the biggest gate in the United States outside of Las Vegas. That is projected. Will it happen? I don't know, but we will find that out sooner rather than later because yours truly will be sending an email to the Texas Commission and we'll see what the real numbers are. So we'll get a gander, but they're going to project about a $16 million gate. I project it'll be around 14 still, the biggest gate in the history of boxing outside of Las Vegas. It'll be minimum $5 million more than what we saw in May of 2021 between Canelo Alvarez and Billy Joe Saunders, which drew over 76,000 people, but only generated a $9 million gate, which was promoted by Matchroom Boxing live on the DAZN pay-per-view. Now, that slap, like I said, people were kind of getting in a tizzy. ESPN is reporting, and you can even see the video in it, and it leads a lot of credence. And ESPN's on Andreas Hill, who is the creme, like I always say, the creme de la creme. Andreas is my mentor. He's not going to lie. You can see a little step. Jake Paul stepped on Mike Tyson's foot. Mike didn't like that. Mike slapped. Now, I want to get, and here's Jake Paul's response to everything. And you tell me if you believe the response.
Mike Tyson, I thought that was a cute slap, buddy, but tomorrow you're getting knocked the fuck out.
I find editing skills, by the way. Thank you. Video from Netflix. Play it once, play this one more time.
Mike Tyson, I thought that was a cute slap, buddy, but tomorrow you're getting knocked the fuck out. Mike Tyson, I thought that was a cute slap, buddy, but tomorrow you're getting knocked the fuck out.
Now, he got rocked by a slap. Clear as day. That wasn't pure accident. He got staggered by a slap from a 58-year-old man. Call it like we see it, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't, oh, you're hating on Jake Paul. No. I respect Jake Paul for what he's done because he's bringing eyeballs, getting people to spend their money. Fighters are getting paid more money. Fighters are being able to support themselves and their families. That's important. You can think of all you want that he's a buffoon and he's not taking this seriously. He doesn't fight nobody. He's only cherry picking. You ain't wrong on cherry picking, but who in boxing does not cherry pick? That's stood in this generation. Period. End of story. If you want to debate that in the last 25 years, I'll be welcome and glad to have a conversation like that with anybody. But it is what it is. And Jake brings eyes. The pay-per-view numbers haven't always been there. Jake's gotten mad that I reported some of those numbers. I'm sick and tired of when they fight. Like, not even 60,000. It's like 50. I think it was 56. And he got pissy. His team got pissy. Showtime got pissy. I sat right here and I had a nice with the great people of the company known as Showtime. But I wasn't wrong. But he is an attraction. He sells seats, sells tickets, makes money. He sells subscriptions. He's going to sell more subscriptions. But if we're just being honest, he got rocked by a 58-year-old man. Come on. It is clear as day. My 8-year-old looked, and he's like, holy cow, Dad. Jake Paul almost got knocked down by a slap by Mike Tyson. And Mike Tyson's older than you, and I'm 43. Mike Tyson is closer to my father-in-law's age, who's 75. Actually, no. Mike Tyson is closer to the age of my mother-in-law, who is 70, compared to me. I am 43. Think about that one. Think about that one. If he's getting hit like that with a slap, think of what is going to happen in 14-ounce gloves. Who wins? Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. Now, got some numbers here. Knees. This first video. Oh, I love this video. A little more on this slap. Because this is how viral. Let's do this really quick. This is from the fine people of the DAZN social media account. This is amazing. Look at all that. Sorry for that was so long. Look at that. Great job by the DAZN social media team. Great people. Very underrated. Don't get enough credit. Should be paid more money. Yes, I said it. Like, look at Jake's face. You can just he got hit, and he got hit hard. It's no mischaracterization. Now, let's go to this. I don't put. I try not to put much stock in a lot of countries. There's a lot of states not taking bets on this fight, including New York, just because of one of the reasons was due to the age discrepancy. But I want to had the numbers here. Give me 1 second. I should have been more prepared, and I was prepared. I do apologize. My guys at sportsbetting.ag. Jake Paul was up. This was as of almost 3 Eastern. Jake Paul was a minus 220 favorite. Mike Tyson was plus 190. A 68.8% chance at that time, at around 3 Eastern, that Jake Paul, 68.8% chance that Jake Paul was going to win the fight. The United States does not agree with this assessment, which is courtesy of my guys at betonline.ag. 28 states predict Mike Tyson will beat Jake Paul. 22 states went for Jake Paul. Now let's notice some of these states here are going for Mike Tyson. Notable states. Nevada, fight capital of the world, where Mike Tyson. Texas, where the fight is taking place. Indiana, shockingly, Mike Tyson was convicted of rape. Georgia, Florida, New York City, his former home in the Catskills. 22 states for Jake Paul, including Illinois and California, in the great state of Mississippi. I don't know why I said Mississippi. But 28 states, courtesy of my guys at BetOnline.ag, going with Mike Tyson. People were going and saying, hey, Mike Tyson is going to beat Jake Paul. The money is coming in. I mean, not Mike Tyson. But does this really mean Mike Tyson's going to win? If Mike Tyson's going to win, he's got to win in the first set. Okay. Now remember, and I'm going to say this, 14-ounce gloves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 rounds, 2 minutes each. Now, I think in this scenario, I think Mike Tyson's good for 3 rounds. All Jake Paul's got to do is run. Hopefully, Jake Paul worked on his cardio instead of eating. Jake Paul ate a lot from what I was told. He carb loaded for this one, if you haven't noticed. Jake looked a little heavy. But Tyson's 58 years old. Remember, Jake Paul's 27. Mike Tyson's 58. Mike Tyson should not be a plus 190. Jake Paul should not only be a little over a 2-1 favorite. But I'm going to say it right here. Lay the money. Lay the money on Mike freaking Tyson. First round knockout. Jake Paul is going to get face planted. The world wants it. The world is going to get it. You could see the mind games. Jake Paul wanted Mike Tyson to screw around. He got rocked by a slap. Round 1, Mike Tyson. Jake Paul can do all the bravado. He got wobbled, and he got wobbled good by a 58-year-old man. Think about that one, ladies and gentlemen. Just take a long, hard look. When you watch this video, make sure you leave a comment. Tell me that I'm nuts. If you're listening to the audio of this, whether it's on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Samsung Free, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to your podcasts, remember at the 22, start listening at 23:30. Mike Tyson already round one. He will win by knockout over Jake Paul. Jake Paul is going to get face planted by a 58-year-old man who is closer to the senior citizen home than he should be the boxing. Plain and simple. End of story. You can find the Walkway to Fight Club, like I said. Type in Walkway to Fight Club, whether it's on platforms, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, any of your favorite podcasting platforms, wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Don't forget, you're watching this on YouTube. Click that like button. give it the old thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend. Tell everyone you know. This is the premier podcast in all of combat sports. I'm tinkering with a bunch of things, different unique videos. I'm starting with this one. I want to see how this goes. Don't forget, watch. I will have a UFC 309 video. Is John Jones ducking Tom Aspinall ahead of John Jones's heavyweight title defense coming up against Stipe Miocic on Saturday night from Madison Square Garden in New York City? This podcast, thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. You'll get all the instant notifications when a video premieres or we go live. Are we going live tomorrow night for Mike Tyson and Jake Paul? TBD. I am looking for someone to do it with me. It'd be a long night. If I'm going to do it, it's going to be with Taylor Serrano and then Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. But you, like I said, follow me on Twitter right there at SMuehlhausenJR. You can find me on Instagram at SMuehlhausen and SMuehlhausenJR on the TikTok. I'm going to go edit. I got to get to bed. I got to take kids to school in the morning. This is Steven Muehlhausen, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace. I'm out of here. And have fun watching the fights.